Types of errors in research can be of two types. It can either be a type 1 or an alpha error, or it can be a type 2. Often students in medical colleges are utterly confused, as I was also when I was doing my MBBS in community medicine. I was confused in type 1 and type 2. So I have revised a very easy way to memorize this for all of you. Type 1 error is first time boy cries wolf. The town believes. The town believes. You remember that wolf story of the boy, right? Believes there is a wolf. But there's not. So here what I mean by wolf is difference or effect. Difference or effect. And type 2 error can very easily be memorized by a very simple thing, that second time boy cries wolf, town believes there's no wolf, but there is one. That means there is a difference present. Okay, now just I'll explain each and everything, because once you know, wolf is basically difference or effect. Alpha is the probability of making type 1 error. Type 1 error basically significance level of test. Type 1 error basically relates to significance level of a test. Okay, type 1 error is known as probability of rejecting null hypothesis when it's true. Probability of rejecting null hypothesis, also known as H naught, when it's true. Okay, that means first time boy cries wolf, ah! The town believes there is a wolf, but there is no wolf. That means there is no wolf, means there is no difference. Wolf is different, so there is no difference. No difference means null hypothesis. If there is a difference, it means alternative hypothesis. I hope this is clear. Okay, so here basically what you need to understand here is it is a false positive error, meaning false positive. We all are positive when we come into this world. We are all innocent, pure beings. Then gradually when we come in the world, people torture us, torment us, mock and ridicule us. After all this mockery and ridicule, we become very cold-hearted, insensitive people. That is basically negative we become towards the world. So always remember, first is false positive, meaning the probability of rejecting null hypothesis when it's true. That means null hypothesis is actually true. That means there is not. Here the town believes there is a wolf, but actually there is no wolf. That is, actually there is no difference. Okay. Then coming on to beta or type 2 error. This is basically defined by a simple thing, failing to reject null hypothesis when it's false. Failing to reject null hypothesis when it's false. This is basically failing to reject null hypothesis when it's false, stating that there is not an effect or difference. It basically states there is not. See here, there is actually a wolf. There is actually a wolf. Wolf is equal to difference. There is one. Not a difference. There is not a difference or effect when one actually exists. There is a difference here. Actually, we should totally reject the null hypothesis, but we don't, and we don't reject the null hypothesis. We should reject the null hypothesis, but we do not reject the null hypothesis, stating that there is no effect or difference where one exists means we should actually accept the alternate hypothesis. In this, accept alternate hypothesis, but we do not. This is also known as false negative. As I told you, we become insensitive, extremely negative from inside, so false negative error. Second time boy cries, the town believes there is no wolf, but there is one. That is, we should accept the null hypothesis. Sorry, we should accept the alternate hypothesis here. We should accept the alternate hypothesis in the case of type 2 error. We are failing to reject the null hypothesis. When it is false, the null hypothesis is false, we should accept the alternate hypothesis. Then, after that, now I'll be talking about two important things related to this. Now, if you have understood alpha and beta, it is time to understand what is 1 minus alpha and what is 1 minus beta. So 1 minus alpha is basically the probability that an estimate of a population parameter of a population parameter is within specified limits of true value. This is also known as confidence level associated with confidence interval. And another thing which you need to know, which I used in my study, is 1 minus beta, which is also known as the power of a study. The higher statistical power it has, the more likely it is to be accurate. Power of study, how do you define? It is as I told you, beta error, all of you know, right? It is you do not reject the null hypothesis. Beta error is probability of not rejecting the null hypothesis when it's false. So obviously will be if it is 1 minus beta, then it will be the probability of correctly rejecting the null hypothesis when it's false. Null hypothesis, also known as H0, when it is false. Okay, bye.